Hello viewers, this is Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. As promised, I wanted to look at the 2020 Democratic presidential candidates and see if they were successful in achieving that nomination, would they win? So we'll assume that they are all successful, that they get up, and we'll have a look at their chances at the polls, because that's probably the pertinent question here. We'll go first to Elizabeth Warren, and then we'll look at Cory Booker. I don't want to do too many in the one sitting. We'll come back and look at Amy Klobuchar and Joe Kennedy and Sherrod Brown, perhaps. I don't want to read on everyone. I just want to read on those that have expressed an interest in running as the Democratic presidential candidate in 2020. So we'll start with Elizabeth Warren. Would she win? Would she win in 2020? Would Elizabeth Warren win in 2020? She is the senator from Massachusetts, has been since 2013. She is a very gifted academic legal mind. She has been a professor of law in the past. She has very, very good credentials there, legal credentials. She's also been involved in consumer and financial advocacy during the Obama administration. She sat on a number of committees. She's quite experienced. She would be a very, very good presidential candidate if you base that on her background alone. I don't know that much in relation to whether she's supported by the bulk of Democrats, but let's just say in a world where in a perfect world for Elizabeth Warren, she achieved what she wanted to achieve, and she then ran against the Republicans as the Democratic candidate in 2020. Would she win? How would she do? How would Elizabeth Warren do if she ran for the presidency in 2020? How would Elizabeth Warren do if she ran for the presidential candidate, the Democratic presidential candidate in 2020 against the Republican candidate? Elizabeth Warren. Okay, so, this is the Nine of Pentacles, and, that's sort of self-governing. It's also sort of a luxury card. this is sort of, I'm not sure about the overriding perceptions of Elizabeth Warren, but we'll leave that there. This is certainly confidence and self-rule. She's a very strong, very independent person, and that's coming through that card there. Does she have sort of mass voter appeal? I don't know. The Knight of Swords, she's certainly come forward with strong action. She'd certainly be a formidable candidate. There's no two ways about this. This is a soldier. I've seen Senator Warren in various Senate hearings, and she is incredibly, as I said, a very gifted legal mind. She would come forward very, very strongly in any presidential campaign. She would have to, she's done this in the past, she's had to defend herself, particularly when she talked about her Native American ancestry. She was really, pilloried, really, for doing that, and virtually had to defend herself. And I see more of this for Senator Warren if she were to run as the candidate, because this is the Seven of Wands, and that is this is the card of self-defense and having to protect against competition. So she wouldn't be a lay down misere, as they say. She'd be having to do a lot of defending of herself, but who wouldn't in the current political climate, really? Now, it seems to me that this is the Seven of Swords, and there could be some really dirty politics thrown at her. We have seen this coming from Trump in the past, trying to deny her Native American ancestry, ridicule that. I see that that the Republicans would play dirty with Warren. But she's got, look, honestly, these are strong cards she's got. She's got like the Freedom Soldier, that's really strong action. And she's got the Magician. She's very, very capable. The Magician comes forward with everything at his or her grasp. She has the sword of agility, mental agility. It indicates she probably would have donations, so she'd have enough financing of her campaign to take it forward. She inspires people. So there's a lot, and she's able to actualize things. So this is the card of bringing forward things into reality. So it's almost like she would be able to run that campaign and run it well, but there would be some. She has some Achilles heels here, and that's showing up in the cards. So this is the card of really battling hard and then having to retreat. It's mirroring this self-defense card. So she's the Magician though. And she's able to bring people together and form partnerships. She's a very, very strong candidate. But it's showing that unfortunately there's something there with Senator Warren that would prevent her from taking out the presidency. Now, I'm not sure what that is. We'll wait and see how her campaign to become the Democratic presidential candidate. We'll see how that unfolds, because this is showing she's going to be doing a lot of defending, self-defending, and there's going to be something around here, possibly money. There's going to be some kind of the Seven of Swords, as we know, it's like, yeah, something's going to come out. Perhaps somebody that she trusts, something's going to come out which is going to hurt her campaign. So if she were to stand, I'm not sure she would be the most successful candidate according to these cards. She's very, very strong though, very strong, so I wouldn't write her off. But there's something coming up in these cards in relation to her campaign, her having to defend herself against some kind of slander or something that's dredged up by the Republicans, which isn't very nice. It's going to affect her campaign. So that's the initial reading. We'll wait and see how that unfolds, viewers. We'll now go to Cory Booker. Quite an impressive man, Cory. I've been watching him for some time now. He and Kamala Harris in the Senate. They just bring forward. He is a junior senator, but he just brings forward such new energy, and it's great to see that. That. I guess inspiration. He's very inspirational. So he was previously the mayor of Newark. Pardon my pronunciation there. He is the current senator, junior senator from New Jersey. I think in my previous, interest in Cory, I know that he is a lawyer. But he's just really, I follow him on Facebook, and I see his work coming through, and very dedicated, hard work, a tremendous advocate, particularly for social justice, very inspiring candidate. He hasn't come out and said that he would stand, but he's on the list of hopefuls, bit of a rising star. So let's see if Cory Booker would win in a perfect world. Just let's imagine that he has got the candidacy. He's up against the Republican, who we know won't be Trump in 2020. Would Cory Booker win? Would Cory Booker win? Let's hone in on his energy. Would Cory Booker win in 2020 if he was the Democratic presidential candidate? Cory Booker, would he win 2020? Cory Booker, would he win 2020? Okay, so straight away we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Queen's of stability. It's showing that he is indeed a resourceful person, and that he appeals to, dare I say, he appeals to the female vote. Okay, they see him as young, they see him as new energy. They like the fact that he's going in there hard on social justice, as well as challenging the old Republican hierarchy. So I think that he would do quite well with the female vote there. So the Hangman is suspension. So that's sort of telling me that he may not come forward as a presidential candidate, even though that's not what we asked. It's sort of like he might step aside for somebody else. But look, we've got the Ace of Pentacles here. So in whatever role that he takes, he actually will do quite well. We won't write him off yet. If he was the presidential candidate, multiple forces weighing upon him. This is the Two of Pentacles. This is, I guess, multiple options, weighing multiple options. I think this reading's probably telling me, but here we go. The King of Wands. King of Wands is the bold leader and the top dog. So he has the potential. He has the potential to be the President of the United States. I'm just not sure he's going to win. And of course, the Ten of Cups. Again, another really good card. I think he would appeal to families. He would do a lot for the average working family in America. And this card is almost saying that he would actually help them financially. And he would bring stability forward, and he would appeal to the female vote. But is he going? He would be inspiring, and he has leadership qualities, as we can see in the Emperor. He may not have decided yet to run. That's what I'm getting. The Three of Pentacles comes forward as expansion and working with others, working within a team. So what I can see here is that he probably won't run. I think that's what this reading is telling me. He certainly has got a lot of strengths if he was the presidential candidate. But this reading's sort of telling me straight away, as soon as we were out of the gate, that he probably won't run or he probably wouldn't be successful as a candidate. I think he's going to take another role. Tarot is interesting because it's never literal. It's always multi-layered and complex. And I think that what this is saying is that he's going to be part of the team, and he's going to take a very strong role in any new government post 2020. He will probably get a cabinet position, or he will take a chairperson's position in the Senate. He's actually got a really bright future in front of him, but I think running for the president's as the Democratic president candidate, I think it's too soon for Cory at the moment. But he's going to play a fairly strong role in any new government after 2020. So again, I don't want to make this reading too long, but I will just look at Amy before we close down, and then we'll look at Sherrod Brown and Joe Kennedy and perhaps Kirsten Gillibrand another time. But as I said, there's so much to read on. So let's go to Amy Klobuchar. I got it right then. Okay. I just saw her in the cabinet hearing. I was so impressed with Amy. She's a Minnesota lawyer. She was first elected to the Senate in 2006. Highly experienced, very talented. I think she was she had an attorney general at the state level. Very, very impressed with Amy in that cabinet hearing. Amy Klobuchar. Amy Klobuchar. If she were the Democratic candidate, would she win? Amy Klobuchar. Amy Klobuchar. Very gifted. Gifted. Another one like Elizabeth Warren. Quite talented. Legal mind and legal abilities. Amy Klobuchar. She's been a senator now for 12 years. She's experienced. Amy Klobuchar. Would she win in 2020 for the Democrats? Would Amy win in 2020 for the Democrats? Okay, Ten of Swords. So, I mean, this is painful endings and rock bottom. Why did that card come out for Amy? The Knave of Pentacles. This might be indicating that, that again she might not even be, she might not come forward. But the Knave of Pentacles, it comes forward as, I guess it is new jobs, can be promotions as well. This Ten of Swords could be coming forward as she may be coming in after the endings for the Republican, the Trump era, if you like. Let's just wait and see. Multiple forces, multiple options. Okay, so there's multiple options there. Again, this inspirational. She's certainly got leadership. She's got leadership qualities after the endings of the Trump era. She can come forward and inspire people. With the King of Wands, victory. She's got the victory card. The Six of Wands. She's got the riding of the horse of victory, and this is the new jobs. Goodness gracious, I wasn't expecting that. And the World, new beginnings, endings of the past, new beginnings. Okay, so that's a signifier card for Amy. Okay, the Nine of Swords comes forward as grief and anxiety. So that, look, I don't think that she would win, though. There's some very, very strong cards that she will play an inspirational role in some way, okay, and she's going to attain something. There's going to be some sort of victory for Amy Klobuchar going forward. Okay, at this stage, there might not be enough. She hasn't come out and announced her candidacy, so there might not be enough energy there at this point to read on these candidates. But it does give you a bit of an indication into some of the things that might surround their runs. All right, look, we'll read on Sherrod and Joe another day. The victory card there for Amy, interesting. But she's also got anxiety there and grief, which is... She might announce her run, but she might not have the... I don't know, she might not have the support there at the end of the day to be the 2020 candidate. I mean, that's what those cards are showing. There's a win there for her, but there's also a loss. So we'll leave it there, and if you want to have a look at the previous readings that I did, go back and have a look at that 2020. We did Bernie, we did Joe Biden, we did Eric Swalwell, we did Beto. I will get round to reading on the latest controversy surrounding Beto. All of those initial candidates that we looked at did really well in the readings. Here we have another perspective here. All right. So we'll leave that there, and as I said, we'll come back to Joe and Sherrod Brown and Kirsten Gillibrand as well. All right. We'll leave it there, and we'll keep going. Thank you.